All right. It's been a while, I guess. So today we are going to be hooking up a really interesting customer. Basically, they're repairing the drawbridge right at that intersection. That's where the customer is. So we're just starting here. We're going to work our way that way. The customer is here for 10 months to repair the drawbridge or replace it, or they're doing something down there. So they signed up for service, which is pretty cool. And the customer that the property, like basically the customer of the parking lot that they're set up in is also signing up for service. So today we're going to be working in a pre-built operation. I built this over a year ago, I would say. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to crack the can open, we're going to get that flat drop that's right there into a flat drop adapter that doesn't exist yet, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but let me just make sure we got one. Okay, we're good, so we don't need to do anything there. So cool. So I guess we'll just walk through this whole hustle. We do have a little bit of a jungle scene on the next one. You guys are gonna love that. And I brought the machete because we're gonna be in the thickest. This is probably the thickest one I've done as far as foliage goes, but once you see it, you'll see why. There's railroad tracks down here. So we had to basically go the longest way possible to avoid those railroad tracks. Otherwise, even though the railroad tracks are abandoned, that's a whole rigmarole. Alright, so let me get this thing set in here. I don't know, it looks pretty good. And we'll go ahead and we're going to run through this. We'll see what it turns out to look like. So, actually here, what I'll do, I'm just going to bring you guys with me. Look out. Oh, cool. So, pretty well can see what the deal is. There is a brand new flat drop here. It's longer than it needs to be. Now, I'm going to grab this guy. Probably should have done that the other way, but it's all right. So now I'm going to have to kind of fight my flat drop the whole way. Yeah, boy. Yeah, definitely should have left the flat drop in there, not thinking, you know. It's all right. Nice relaxing Friday here. There we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take our flat drop here and get it hooked up to this cable. So that it's the exact same length. The next person will appreciate it. If it's perfect, if it's slightly off, it kind of messes up the whole flow. Look out. Yep. Huh? I'll tell you, I'm pretty happy about it being a Friday, because, gosh, it's been a long freaking week. I don't even understand why. Oh, shit. Well, that was annoying. Cool. Alright, so we'll run through the motions here. Now, because this is two customers, one is a real customer, and one is perfectly a temporary customer. We're using a single cable, and I'll show you how we're going to do that at the next little. If you put a little bit of tension on that, just like so, you can cut it with scissors. If you don't put the tension, then it dang near is impossible to do that. So, a couple steps we got to do here. Is let's get this out of our way a little bit. We do have to open this up and install the flat drop adapter, which is super duper annoying. And these are some of the FOSCs that came out of COVID, and sometimes they're very, very freaking difficult. So we're just going to loosen up this gel pack thing. Right like so. Yep. We got a 3/8 nut driver, cam wrench. Go ahead, we'll loosen these two clips. Ugh. Cooperate. I tighten them back up because it makes this step a little bit easier. Not much easier, but a little bit. Flat drop adapter. Everything else is trash in this kit. This is the actual A. It's the correct one for this. So let's go ahead. Oh, this is going to be a good day. I can already tell. That was easy. That was awesome. So, just take a paper towel. There's a little bit of moisture on this gel seal. It's oil. I don't think it's even moisture. It's like runoff from a road. Yeah, it does seem like more like an oil. Open this gel seal. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on this side. Just take these guys out. Yeah, it is petroleum. Some type of petroleum something. These two clips that you would attach your fiber to need to be removed. Right here. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, sometimes it's pretty easy. There's no customers being served out of this FOSC, so that certainly makes this a little less sketch. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to flat drop in, close our gel seal. Perfection. So now what we're going to do, get our collar back up. Now the reason probably that I didn't put that flat drop in when we did it originally was the supply chain situation. We were not, during like the whole COVID thing, I guess this is probably 2 years ago that I did this. Yeah, I think we had like 13 flat drop adapters, so if there was no customer, we just didn't install it. Okay, nice. So now, to seal this thing back up properly, we're going to put our plug in, back in that empty hole. Now that it's put back in, and then we're going to tighten this gel seal right on back up. Now, a lot of times you'll see that folks will just cut that off and put a drill on it. I don't like doing that. Right back. Right there. Yes, sir. So, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to set our flat drop into the Fosk. I'm going to cut our tracer about right there. Then I'm going to make sure that I have 6 feet-ish of this cable, and we're going to go ahead and just cut it one more time. Now, to remove this, you kind of got to get yourself into a weird rhythm. I always like to use the hook blade, but you don't have to. If you find, yep, right there, just kind of get right up against the jacket. Super sharp blade. But what I like is I'm going to hold my hands with the blade completely still. If you do it the other way, you can't get your hand. Oh, look at that, you preview. You can't get your hand to do right. So if you hold it just perfect like that, see, I already messed up. It's okay. It's alright. See how that just comes right off? Like it never existed. I messed up in a few parts, but it's okay. Get rid of our copper clad tracing. We're going to go ahead and use our we're going to go ahead and use our Jonard flat drop stripper here. Super easy. As long as you did that first part perfect, this part then basically becomes nothing. But there are 2 little sections I saw that I didn't go deep enough. So we'll see. Yep. We're done with that tool. And this is just personal convenience. Just kind of strip the end here. That way you get something to kind of grab a hold of. And they just peel like a banana pretty well. So I'm going to turn this away just because it becomes kind of obnoxious, but we're just peeling this all the way back. I'm using that much. And let's go ahead and we're going to pull one of these plugs out. Get our tube started in. That's a nice one. When you see the next place that we're going, you need to pack a picnic basket. And we want that cable to be pretty tight, but not crazy tight there. Okay? That's going to be its permanent home. I'm going to go ahead and tape this guy just to keep it in place for now. can wrench will tighten that guy. And that's basically just a smaller version of the big one here. There we go. So, push this thing back. Let's check out where the camera's at. That's in a pretty damn good spot. We're going to go ahead and get our stuff we need. We need some felt. We're going to need a zippy. And what else do I need? A stripper. We're going to need our D-gel. This stuff is pretty awesome. It's slightly better than Goof Off, but Goof Off works just fine. And the first thing I noticed is it basically has the same orange smell that Goof Off has, so seems to do the trick. Alright, and what we can see here is obviously we're baby blue coming in on the on this can, and we are hooked to a, I don't feel like taking it all apart, but it's either a 75 or a 95 splitter. And what that's doing is it's carrying 95% of the light through the can on this PON. So we're gonna extract. We're gonna go ahead and get this out. There's our splitter. Just took me a second to find her. Okay, so on these unbalanced splitters, what you'll see is that blue is the higher power, higher light levels, and then orange, green, brown, and slate are your customer ports. So just gonna take that and put it like that just for a second. Just for a second. Alright. Let's go ahead and we'll get our length on this flat drop here. Another interesting noise. And we're going to run it up in there like that. Back it around. Something like that. So that's going to give us our felt location. Come on. There. Now, what I like to do in a scenario like this is the gel cable. It's the 6 count, not the 12 count, so it's less gel. But if I just bring this guy back. There we go. So, worked out pretty good. So, now we've got where our land is going to take place. I'm going to just bust a chill. Back in the day, I was putting 2 zip ties on these. It's really unnecessary. So I'm just going to cut one of these zip ties on the backbone here. Ooh, hello. And we'll go ahead and we'll get in a brand new zippy. Okay, now what I've been doing lately is, I just put that is I'll run my tube slitter, ringer, whatever you want to call that. It's just a coaxial cable stripper, but you just change the blade on the setting. And I'm going to go ahead and actually put it in without taking the tube off. It's something I started doing recently here, and kind of enjoy it, especially when it's a lot going on in here. So see how now we're locked in. The reason that these are so high up there is because that was a tube slit, a mid-slit entry. Now that it's in there, it's stationary, I'm going to take one dry paper towel, and I'm going to take one with my goof off here. It's got a crazy ingredient. Hang on, let me find it, because it's one of them. It's got distillates, petroleum. It's got hydro-treated light, orange terpenes, and polybutane. So there's a lot going on in that. Let's get a little bit on there. So now that we're in there secure, all we got to do is kind of snapper. It's a little still long, but it's all right. It's that polybutane will get you. And there's really no way to do this any faster. I mean, if you can keep the tube straight, it's better, but I'm just going to cut some more off this. It's just too long and annoying. There we go. There we go, now we're cooking. If you let this sit out in the sun, it'll go way faster. Flies right off. Whew. Damn. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Just being extra poopy. There we go. Now what I like to do is, before this falls, is just kind of keep it kind of going like that. There we go. We're going to take a dry towel, pull the rest out. I already got gelled. It's alright now. It's alright now. We'll go ahead, remove this gel with just dry the first time, and just look how much came off, like freaking so much snot. Now we can go ahead and just run that right on down. Gotta give a shout out to our BGP guys. I forget if I'm allowed to say your names or not, but you guys are awesome. You know exactly who you are. But if you notice on BGP for our AS, you'll notice there is a new /24 that just became available to us. So it's pretty dang exciting. So we just want to get this thing sort of cleaned up, you know what I mean? And we're going to be using blue and orange out of here. And the reason is, for that orange, and I'll show you in a few, is going to be the temporary customer. Because they're getting the internet into a trailer. It's a construction trailer, so it's not even like it can be permanent. Like there'll never be a trailer there. I don't know, maybe in 10 years when they have to do the bridge again, there'll be a trailer there, but I won't be here for that. I promise you that. Ugh. Stuff's so annoying. I hate this flat drop crap. I love working on the larger cables because they don't have it. And they have like a talcum powder instead. Alright, so that thing, let's get her out of the way. Cool. Go ahead and we'll grab our orange and our green off the splitter. Ugh. There we go. Lord Almighty, we'll get this thing prepped someday. Put that away. So hurt herself. Okay, cool. This way. And I don't know if you really need to do this, but I always do it because everything ends up getting all freaking goopy. That one can stay, this one needs to go. Clean. There we go. Cool there, and I'm just gonna get all this mud off my hands. Shit, I don't even know what that is. If rubbing alcohol won't take it off, then it might not be mud, huh? Alright, so let's just bang these two splices right quick. Get all our sharp objects away here. I'm getting a little crazy with it. We've got our cleave. Move this guy up. Got some heat shrinkies. About exactly 2 in this. All right. So what we'll do, I do have this handy dandy new tool. It's not really new, but it's new to me. I like it. It's fun. It's just like a, I don't even know what it's called. But basically you can clip on and so it doesn't go 1550, which it's not that big a deal. You can still get the kind of the concept. But what this is telling me I'm gonna have I'll probably have like a -9 at the customer at 1490 because this is only doing 1310 I think, but I got a ton of power and I just did both fibers at the same time, so we just break that out. Let's see if one's different than the other. Yep, 19 and this one's 16.5. Now I'll tell you the reason why. This thing's not super accurate. I mean, it's just telling you like, hey, there's light. But the reason why they're so dramatically different, coming out of the same splitter, same length, is one of those cuts is cleaner than the other, and you're seeing reflections. Reflections. So we'll put our tubes on. So this is GPON. One customer is permanent, one's temporary. So this is just how we're going to do it. Take that there. Go. I was trying to get a little charge on my splicer. Oh, Lord Almighty. And just so this looks cooler, I'm going to go blue. To orange. I was going to say I was going to go orange to orange just so it looks good. But the problem with doing that is I want the orange to be noted that that's the temporary version. So blue you should never really mess with. Cool. So there's my first splice. Let's get some rubbing alcohol going. All right. Little stripy strip. Rubbing alcohol. It's gonna beep at me. Squeaky. Dude, people fly down this road. That's wild. Just shook the van. Alright, let's see if that comes up. Looking good, looking good. What I like to do here, just run this tube right to the splicer. Just personal preference. And I can pretty much use it as my handle. God, sticky stuff is so annoying. I'm just doing two, so I'm not going to rush myself. Just going to get him out. Let him live right on there. Yeah, this is it's a long, weird run, man. You guys are going to love this. We get to we're going to be, I did it once, it's a funny joke, it's a bad joke, but I'm going to probably do it again. Because this time, I'm actually in a van down by the river. But I wish I could drive there. It's quite a hike. let's go. Let's get it. Boom. All right. Come on, baby. Starting to get a little on the toasty side. Alright, just clean up our little area here. Just a little bit. And boom, boom, let's go ahead and wrap these things in there. One's hot and one's not. Ow. I don't know what that was, but I hope that was a bug. Yep. Now the only problem on this is that what's going to happen, this is the kind of crap that happens all the time, is when we make a weird change like this, tomorrow this customer in front of me is going to sign up. Like it won't be like a month away or a year away. It'll be tomorrow. They'll call the office and say, hey, heard there was fiber there. I'm like, yeah, it's been here for 3 years, dude. We prepped it for you. And now we're using it temporarily for someone else. But it's all good. I guess it could always be worse, you know? So these guys are slightly different lengths. I don't recall that happening. There we go. There we are. Oh, oops. What's up? Oh, man. Freaking. I don't know why. This gel is different than what I'm used to. It's worse. Annoying. Okay. So let's pack this spares up. And if they ever do change something down there, we'll have a plan. A little bit of a plan anyway. All right. So single fiber, mid slit, OG PON hustle. Yeah, I'm gonna be excited because the next two I'm not in this freaking hot box van. Let's do it. Now, we are down here very close to the water. I mean, we're less than 100 feet away from the water. Here in Salisbury, we don't always pressurize the fosks, but this particular one I do intend on pressurizing. And the only way to get the pressure on these things to work is to clean the gasket, clean the lids, if they haven't been pressurized before. Oh, don't use that. And that's actually really clean already. Oh, missing a step, huh? Yes. You're almost gonna mess that up, huh? Boom. All right. And to pressurize, I'm just using a little bike pump. I mean, it's like it'll inflate your tire a couple times too, but it's perfect for this. And what'll happen is we'll pressurize this cable, and if we leave it pressurized and we go to the next fosk, it will also sometimes have pressure in it because it's going through the cable. So if you do a really good job on every single one, it will, like, you will go 600 feet down the road, and when you open it, it'll gives you that little little airflow. So this is probably going to get louder than anybody wants, but holding pressure. That's what I'm talking about. Now, it says to remove the pressure after you're done, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I like it in there. Now, I've come back like a week later and still had it pressurized, but for the most part, it's not. Like, after a couple days, it finds its own way out. But what it does, it sets those gaskets down here. Like, when you're pressurizing, you can see the cables flop back a little. So yeah, now all I'm gonna do, boom, boom. Let's put a fosk back in. All right, now for the crazy one. We're gonna be doing some hiking. Let's get over there and we'll see what's going on.